Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year. Only it's not. Not for everyone. Not when our body is racked with illness. Not when there's an empty chair at the table. Not when you still feel alone in a crowd. Not when you are wishing he had not cheated. Conventional wisdom says Christmas is the time when we express our deepest affections to the ones deserving. But this inevitably forces us to remember the ones we do not get to share this moment with. The ones who have broken our hearts, moved, or passed away. Heartbreak, distance, and death. Either the death of a loved one or the death of something that was once good in our lives are reasons that keep us from experiencing peace this Christmas. My tendency during an emotional season or crisis is to turn my blame and frustration toward God. When obstacles arise from places beyond our knowledge and death occurs without warning, it's natural to want to know why. Why did my mother die? Why did God give my husband cancer? Why couldn't my dad live long enough to walk me down the aisle? Why? If this is you, let me say feeling this way, saying these things is not wrong. What I'm learning, both in my own spiritual journey and being a pastor to others in the midst of theirs, is there are no ready-made answers to these questions. Despite our questioning, we do not get to know why we had to bury our daughter or why we had a miscarriage. We do not get to know why you divorced or why your children moved away. We do not get to know. But maybe that's the point. The late Dr. John Claypool, Baptist preacher, he used to say, life isn't meant to be known in order to be lived, but rather lived in order to be known. Let me say that again. Life isn't meant to be known in order to be lived, but rather lived in order to be known. In other words, we will never know enough before starting. We will never have life figured out to the point where we can avoid pain or death. If we want to live, then we have to start in and with the unknown. We have to walk through the pain, embracing the mystery, all the while hoping that it gets better. And when we do, when we choose to move forward despite our hurt, we embrace a hope that says, one day peace and grace will arise. So if you're full of hurt this Christmas and looking for hope, then I would implore you to read Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all that are weary and are carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take all that you are, all the pains you incurred, and take it to the Lord in prayer. Ask the questions that come from the deepest parts of who you are. Let God know where you stand. Let God know why you are upset. Let God know why you do not understand. Plead for God to show you something, give you strength, and open your eyes. Even though you know there is no easy answer, ask nonetheless. For there's more honest faith in an act of questioning than an act of silent submission. For implicit in the asking is the faith that some light can be given. Claypool said that after burying his teenage daughter. The people who choose to ask God the tough questions, to not settle for what is, but have faith that seeks understanding, are people who can move from hurt to hope. Because implicit in their asking is the catharsis that frees them to be in the presence of God, hoping that the God of all things, even the unknown, is loving and gracing them still. If you're dreading Christmas this year, pursue God with your pain and your questions. For when you do, you settle into this belief that even though you cannot fully know, you can hope. And hope moves your hurt forward. Hope allows you to live in order to be known. This Christmas, I hope you can choose hope.